Hey guys, welcome back. Today I wanted to go over about how you should approach when you're weighing yourself on the scale. Ideally, I don't really like to weigh myself on the scale. Visually, I like to see myself and measure my body as well. My waist, the upper part of my torso, not so much on my arms, but usually those are like the main body parts where I grow a lot of fat. Surprisingly, I do have pretty lean legs, which I think is kind of a blessing in its own way, because since I love to train legs, I can actually see my muscle when I'm walking. It's pretty sweet. It's a very satisfying feeling. But normally I don't really like to preach about weighing yourself on the scale consistently, like even on a weekly basis. If you're doing it daily, then I think that may not be good for you mentally. But pretty much the reason why I'm making this video is because I do think it is important to at least weigh yourself every now and then, even if even if your goal is still to build muscle. I still think you should be weighing yourself in. I just had a little bit of a wake-up call. I was like, you know what, I'm trying to lock in, and I decided to weigh myself. I was not very happy about the number that I just saw. I want to take back what I said about not weighing yourself all the time. I would have initially said weigh yourself on a monthly basis, but I think maybe it just won't hold you accountable in a lot stricter degree. I think maybe you should hold yourself accountable more on a weekly basis. So maybe just start weighing yourself in. I know that muscle can weigh a lot more than fat does, but at the same time, I think you can see that big jump of weight in case you're packing on a little too much. Because I want to say within the last month, I've increased my protein intake and minimized my fat. But I think I might have been consuming a little bit too much protein, because I'm pretty sure when you consume too much protein, your body actually converts it into fat. And I've been doing it because I've been going a lot harder in the gym, pushing to failure, and I want to not speed up, but I want to make sure that I am having a balanced recovery. Obviously that includes sleeping, but it all really depends on if you're getting in that sleep. But going back to the protein, I weighed myself. The weight that I normally stick around, I passed that. That was really disappointing to see. I can feel the sweat just growing in the back of my neck, but that's okay. I know that I did increase my protein intake recently, and I think I may have just been consuming a little bit too much. I do weigh my meals, but I don't necessarily weigh them all the time. So I think that's where I've goofed up. I do want to say I hit a new record of weight, but again, I'm not going to beat myself up too much, because when I look at myself visually, I don't really see much of the gain weight, but more of the muscle gain. Because again, building this muscle, I can see the size has increased within my shoulders, my arms especially, my legs. It's really, I don't know unless I were to go through some kind of DEXA scan where I can actually see if I've gained muscle versus actually gaining fat, which I'm pretty sure I have gained fat. But the last time I weighed myself, I want to say it was about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month, but I know at least 3 weeks. I don't really like to weigh myself because I feel like it gets in the way, but I am taking that back. I should be weighing myself on a weekly basis because I do want to cut. That is my goal. That's my long-term goal. So I want to build these healthy habits, and I want to make sure that I'm not making any errors along the way. I don't want to be telling myself, why am I not losing this weight? It doesn't make any sense. Because I weigh my food, but yeah, I mainly weigh it in the sense of, okay, I know how much protein is in this meal, how much fat's in this meal, and how many carbs are in this meal. I don't necessarily count my calories. I just assume, which you don't want to be assuming. But yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that. I do think that maybe you should be weighing yourself in. Don't let it beat you up a little too much. I know it can be a little daunting when you know, you're trying so hard to lose the weight, but you're finding yourself stuck in some kind of plateau. And it sucks even worse when you see your weight going up a lot more. Other than that, just keep yourself steadfast and just seeing what you might just recap on what you've been doing and what you may have been doing a little bit excessively on. I think my mistake has been maybe consuming a little too much protein, because I know that my weight probably did pick up a little bit, but again, when I look at myself visually, I don't see too much of that weight gain. So I could just all be some muscle that I've recently picked up because of the intensity of my training that I've been doing within the last 3 weeks. This week will be my 4th week, so it'll be like a month, but I don't start my training until tomorrow. So it could be that maybe I've picked up on at least a pound or 2 of muscle. I don't know. Again, I have 4 years of training. My body is acclimating to the new training. But other than that, guys, just wanted to take back saying that you shouldn't weigh yourself on a monthly basis. Maybe just keep up on a weekly basis, and versus that with your visuals and your measurements. Buy one of those measuring tapes, measure your waist, measure the top part, measure where you grow the fat the most, because everybody's body's different. Some people get it more on their legs versus getting it around their belly or their chest like the way I do. But yeah, hopefully you guys found this video a little bit more helpful. And if you guys have any questions or some ideas that maybe I could be doing, maybe even considered getting a calorie app tracker, which I don't really want to do that. I feel like that's a little too tedious. It's not something I want to be consistently doing. I want to be able to build, which I have built a habit, is to be able to like eye my food and already know how much I'm consuming. But I think at some point I may have to count my calories. I know an app is very useful so that you can just input the food with the scanner or manually enter it, and then it'll do all the math for you. But I don't know if you guys have any apps that you guys can recommend too that may not require a membership, let me know. And yeah, that should wrap up everything that I wanted to say. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I'll see you guys next video.